Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing, starting off with some mild conditions and nice conditions out there to start the week, with mainly just some high clouds, a thin layer of cirrus clouds out there. Plenty of sunshine at the moment as we start off our Monday. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, we have high pressure that's starting to move off to the east. That's going to allow some southerly flow to pick up over the next couple of days, seeing a warming trend. Otherwise, this disturbance over the southeast part of the country that will move off to the east as well, mainly just going to bring some clouds to our area. Not expecting any precip or anything over the next 24 to 48 hours. If we look at current conditions, as of 8 a.m. this morning, we have that broken deck around 25,000 feet, very thin layer of cirrus. We have winds out of the south at 10 knots, temperature at 50 degrees, and relative humidity is at 74%. Take a look at the current visible satellite. We can see those thin high clouds moving across the area. Otherwise, some cooler temperatures to start the morning, but we're seeing those temperatures start to rebound into the 40s over the southern part of Delmarva and still in the low to mid 30s over much of the northern part of Delmarva. If we look at the short-term high resolution model, let's see how things play out as we go through the day today. Again, expecting dry conditions as that high pressure moves off to the east. We'll see some slightly breezy conditions get going as we get into the afternoon out of the southeast. Looks like we'll stay just below that wind advisory criteria, but we will be again close to that, but just below. Otherwise, expecting dry conditions as we go into the evening. Could see a few breaks in the clouds before going into our Tuesday. We'll see some clouds back on the increase again as that disturbance continues to move off south of the area. You see here with this model showing some moisture making it up into our area, so just have some wording of a very slight chance of a sprinkle in the area, but it looks to be less than a 10% chance of any of that making it to the surface if it makes it up to the area. Mainly just going to see some clouds in the area for the day on Tuesday. And then as we go into Tuesday evening, again remaining dry, but we will see a chance of some low clouds and maybe some foggy conditions through the evening and into Wednesday morning. And as we continue dry conditions as we go through the day on Wednesday. So if we look at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, mainly green across the board today. Do have that yellow risk picking up in the afternoon for those winds at or above 25 knots. Again, expecting those winds to stay just below, but we are close enough to see a slight chance of maybe a peak wind reaching that 25 knot threshold. But otherwise, expecting southeasterly winds to southerly winds, 9 to 14 knots, gusting up to 21 to 22 knots as we go through the day. Today, we'll see a seasonal day with temperature getting up to what is around average for this time of year, hitting around 61 this afternoon, and we'll just see some slightly breezy conditions and mainly high clouds through the area as we go through the day today. And as we go into the evening, we'll see a break in those high clouds briefly through the overnight hours. We'll see those winds continue out of the south around 9 to 14 to 10 to 15 knots, continuing through the evening hours, and then we'll see some low and mid-level clouds start building back in as we get into the beginning of our Tuesday. Otherwise, expecting a low around 52 degrees tonight, so as the temperature drops to the low 50s, expecting it to hold there for the morning hours, the early morning hours on Tuesday. But so overall, a mild evening and with a slight breeze. We'll see tides running about normal at the moment. If we look at the next couple days as we go into Tuesday, expecting mostly cloudy conditions overall. Could see some partly cloudy times. Otherwise, that very slight chance of a passing sprinkle midday, but that looks to be less than 10% chance. And overall, a mild day with a high around 67 and green across the board for our weather risk. As we go into Tuesday evening, partly to mostly cloudy evening, another mild evening with a low around 54 degrees, and we do have that slight chance of low clouds and fog in the area, so we do pick up a yellow chance for those reduced ceilings and visibilities. And as we go into Wednesday, we'll see another mostly cloudy and mild day. And we will see a slight breeze start to pick up as we go through the day and into the afternoon on the day. At the moment, looks like we'll stay below that wind advisory criteria, so green across the board for weather risk at the moment. Otherwise, a warm day with a high around 70 degrees. Well, that will wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. to take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.